Dear students, as we have already studied in the lower classes that matter is divided into the three parts, or we can say the matter exists in three states in the nature: solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. About the gaseous state, we have studied so many things in the class 11, and in the class 11 that was a chapter, the gaseous state, and the different laws and the different concept related with the gaseous state already we have studied. And in the same chapter in the 11th class, at the last, some brief idea is given related with the liquid state. Now the third state of matter was left, and that is the solid state. And now in the class 12 we are going to study the third state of matter, and that is solid state. Last year this syllabus was chapter was removed from the syllabus, and now this year we have in our syllabus few topics and few content they are also removed this year, but the major portion of this chapter we are going to study. So what we are going to study, first of all, in the solid state, the different properties of solid state which already you have studied in the lower classes. They have the definite mass and volume and shape. Intermolecular distances are short. Intermolecular forces are strong. Their constituent particles are atoms, molecules or ions. And the fifth point that is given, they are incompressible and rigid. It means they cannot be compressed. They are very rigid and tough. So they are the various properties of the solid state. Now next our topic is amorphous and crystalline solid. What is the mean of the amorphous and crystalline solids? Crystalline solids are those substances in which the atoms, molecules or ions, they are arranged in a definite order. They are arranged in a regular pattern this way. All the atoms or the molecules or the ions which are present in the solid state, their pattern is regular. बिल्कुल एक सा पैटर्न होता है इस तरीके से. तो इस तरीके के जो भी सॉलिड्स होते हैं जहां पर एटम्स का एक रेगुलर पैटर्न होता है, तो उनको हम लोग कहते हैं क्रिस्टलाइन सॉलिड्स. बट इनका अगर कोई रेगुलर पैटर्न नहीं होता है, मान लीजिए here and there they are distributed this way, there is no regular pattern, this type. So such type of solids they are called amorphous solids. So very simple point, the difference between the crystalline forms and the amorphous form. Crystalline में जो भी atoms, molecules और ions होते हैं, they are arranged themselves in a regular pattern, और अगर regular pattern पे नहीं होते हैं then it is called amorphous. तो ये simplest definition हो गई आपकी amorphous and crystalline solids. इसके बाद में हम लोगों को जो मेन चीज़ पढ़नी है वो है long range order and short range order. देखिए somewhere it is written short range order, here it is given long range order. This is short range order. Long range. What is the mean and what is the difference between the long range order and the short range order? Just you see. In the long range order, the arrangement of the atoms or molecules or ions, they are regular for the wide range. बहुत लंबी डिस्टेंस तक और क्रिस्टल में काफ़ी लेंथ तक इनका जो अरेंजमेंट होता है वो रेगुलर होता है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल दिस पार्ट ए. और दूसरा होता है हमारा शॉर्ट रेंज ऑर्डर. शॉर्ट रेंज ऑर्डर में क्या होता है कि पूरा का पूरा एटम्स और मॉलिक्यूल्स जो होते हैं सब इरेगुलर वे में होते हैं, लेकिन कहीं थोड़ा सा अनफॉर्चुनेटली थोड़े बहुत एटम्स जो होते हैं वो रेगुलर पैटर्न पे आ जाते हैं. तो अगर बहुत ही शॉर्ट डिस्टेंसेस पर एटम्स और मॉलिक्यूल्स का रेगुलर पैटर्न पे आते हैं तो उन्हें शॉर्ट रेंज ऑर्डर कहते हैं. और अब हमारा थर्ड डिफरेंस है और वो है हमारा एनाइसोट्रॉपी एंड आइसोट्रॉपी. See what is the sense of anisotropy and isotropy. This type of solid which you are looking in this, all the atoms or molecules they are in the regular pattern and it's an example of crystalline solids। यहाँ पर देखिए जो atoms और molecules का जो arrangement है वो बिल्कुल regular pattern के ऊपर है। ये देखिए इस तरीके से regular pattern पर है, इसमें कोई भी disturbance नहीं है, कोई disorderedness नहीं है, बिल्कुल order में है सारे atoms और molecules। और इसमें क्या करेंगे, हम कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज़ को मेज़र करेंगे इन द डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल रेजिस्टेंस, तो रेजिस्टेंस के लिए क्या होगा कि जैसे आप इन वन डायरेक्शन यू मेजर द रेजिस्टेंस दिस वे, इट मीन्स इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ डी, दिस इज गिवन डी। तो जब हम इधर रेजिस्टेंस को मेजर करेंगे तो रेजिस्टेंस की सम वैल्यूज वी विल गेट, ठीक है। अब क्या करेंगे, अब उसी रेजिस्टेंस को हम लोग मेजर करेंगे इस डायरेक्शन में, ये डायरेक्शन में। तो in the direction of B you see only one type of molecule they are coming in touch with this direction, and in the direction of this D when you see, then you see the two different types of particle they are coming in touch in this path, in this direction। तो क्या होगा, when we measure the resistance in the two different direction we are getting the two different values। जब हम इधर मेजर करेंगे तो जो रेजिस्टेंस की वैल्यू है वो डिफरेंट आएगी, और जब हम इधर मेजर करेंगे तो रेजिस्टेंस की वैल्यू डिफरेंट आएगी। सो दोज टाइप ऑफ सॉलिड्स in which there are some properties when they are measured we get the different values in the different direction, though it is called anisotropy। So anisotropy is the properties of the crystalline solids under which when we measure some properties like resistance in the two different direction we get the different values, so that is called anisotropy। अब क्या करेंगे, ये सारे क्रिस्टल्स जो हैं इनको सब मिक्स कर दिए, ऐसा समझ लीजिए जैसे मिक्सी में डाल के इनको सबको मिक्स कर देंगे तो सब एक दूसरे में सारे मिक्स हो जाएंगे। और मिक्स होने के बाद में अब हम क्या करेंगे, अब हम मेजर करेंगे रेजिस्टेंस को दिस डायरेक्शन, दिस डायरेक्शन, दिस डायरेक्शन, दिस डायरेक्शन, and all these different direction when we measure the resistance now we get the same values। So when we measure some values in the different direction and we get the same value, that is called isotropy, and when we get the different values in the different direction that is called anisotropy। तो जो क्रिस्टलाइन सॉलिड्स हैं वो एनाइसोट्रॉपी शो करते हैं, और जो एमॉर्फस सॉलिड्स होते हैं जिनमें सारे के सारे एटम्स जो होते हैं वो डिसऑर्डर्ड होते हैं वो आइसोट्रॉपी शो करते हैं। आवर नेक्स्ट डिफरेंस इज डिस्टिंक्शन बिटवीन द क्रिस्टलाइन एंड एमॉर्फस सॉलिड्स। So the definition about the crystalline and the amorphous solids I have already told you, but here we will study some differences। The first difference is in the shape। So in the shape what is given, the definite characteristic geometrical shape, and amorphous में irregular shape। The second one is about the melting point, melt at a sharp and characteristic temperature, और amorphous solid में gradually soften over a range of temperature। Cleavage property, when cut with a sharp edge tool they split into the two pieces and the newly generated surfaces are plain and smooth। What is the mean of this? Those solids which are crystalline in nature, crystalline means the atoms or the molecules they are arranged in a regular pattern। So when we cut with the help of knife then the newly generated surface that is smooth, but the amorphous solid when we cut with the knife then we don't get the smooth surface, we get the rough surface। So that is also one of the difference। Next about heat of fusion, they have a definite and characteristic heat of fusion, and amorphous solids में they do not have definite heat of fusion। Now anisotropy, so already I have explained you, जो crystalline solids होते हैं they are anisotropic in nature और amorphous solids are isotropic in nature। Next is nature, crystalline solids are true solids and amorphous solids are pseudo solids or supercooled liquids। Last difference, order in the arrangement, the crystalline solids show long range order and the amorphous solids show short range order। So that is the differentiation and some differences between the crystalline solids and amorphous solids। Now our next topic is classification of crystalline solids। Crystalline solids होते हैं they are divided into the different parts, and the first one is called molecular solid, second one is called ionic solid, third one is called metallic solids, and the fourth one is called covalent or network solids। So instead of studying this in detail, it is better to understand this table, and in this table all the types of the crystalline solids are divided and their features are also given, so easily you can understand and learn. So first I tell you, first one is the molecular solids, and molecular solids are also three types: non-polar, polar and hydrogen bonded. Actually molecules, generally when we think about the molecule, it comes in our mind that is the gases, but here the solids are classified into the four types, and out of which one is called molecular solid. Or molecular solid may be, let's say these are the gases you see: hydrogen and oxygen and argon, HCl, SO2. So these are basically the gases, but here they are considered as the molecular solids, and the force of attraction which is found in between the molecules of these gases, that may be the dispersion or the London forces or the dipole-dipole interaction or the hydrogen bonding, which already we have studied in the class 11. So on that basis there are three types: non-polar, polar and hydrogen bonded. जो non-polar है, the force of attraction which is found between the non-polar molecule, that is dispersion or the London force. That force of attraction which is found in between the polar molecule, that is dipole-dipole interaction. And hydrogen bonded molecule में जो force of attraction है, that is hydrogen bonding. Their examples are given in this, and then the physical nature: soft and hard. The electrical conductivity, all they are insulators, and melting point very low, low and low. The second type of solid, they are called ionic solid, and in this ionic solid basically like sodium chloride. तो इनमें जो constituent particles हैं, they will be the ions. So second type of solids, they are ionic solids, and the constituent particles are ions, and the force of attraction which is found in between the ions, that is called Coulombic or electrostatic force of attraction, and it is also called as ionic bond. And the best example is NaCl, MgO, ZnS and CaF2. These are mainly sodium chloride, magnesium oxide, zinc sulfide and calcium fluoride. They are hard but brittle, and they are basically insulator in the solid state but conductors in the molten state and in the aqueous solution. You know very well, when the ionic compound, they are in the solid form, then they do not conduct the electricity, but when they are in the molten form, then they are able to conduct electricity. Third one is called the metallic solids, and metallic solids में mainly like metals. So जो metals होते हैं, these solids are basically called metallic solids, और जो इनके बीच में जो force of attraction होता है, that is called metallic bonding. Suppose this is one solid I am taking, metallic side, like sodium. So this is the sodium, and sodium is the crystalline solids, and all the particles, they are well arranged in the regular pattern this way. And what is the sodium configuration? Sodium atomic number is 11. Atomic number is 11, and the configuration we write 2, 8 and 1. And this 1 is the most loosely held electron, and that is present in the outermost shell of the sodium. So everywhere we can say, if this is the sodium atom, then this is the electron, most loosely held electron. This is the sodium, then this is the most loosely held electron. This is the most loosely held electron. So the green one, they are mainly the sodium atoms, and this red one which I am showing you, that is the most loosely held electron. And in the sodium piece or in the sodium metal, when we take in our hand, that may contains the millions of sodium atoms, and these sodium atom also contain the millions of are mainly found in the outermost shell. Like this we can show. So what type of bonding is developed in this, that we will see. Actually it is described and it is suggested in the metallic bonding, that in the metals what happens, these electrons which are present here, they are the most loosely held electron. तो क्या होता है कि सारे के सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इन द मेटालिक क्रिस्टल, दे मूव जस्ट लाइक द सी वेव्स. तो सी वेव की तरह क्या होता है कि ये सी वेव की तरह सारे के सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन दे कम असाइड. इस तरीके से सारे के सारे जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं वो सब एक साइड में आ जाते हैं, इस तरीके से. एंड व्हेन दे कम ऑन वन साइड, व्हाट डू दे लीव बिहाइंड? They leave behind only the sodium atom. But now this sodium atom, they are not in the atomic form, they are in the ionic form, क्योंकि when the sodium loses its one electron it acquired 1 unit of positive charge, और जब सारे के सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जो होते हैं when they come all in this direction, तो they leave behind the positively charged atom, and this positively charged sodium atom they are called kernels. What they are called? Kernel. So just like the C wave, they come on one side and afterwards what happens, जैसे in the C wave comes and wave goes, तो in the same way ये सारी waves एक side में आती हैं और उसके बाद में ये सारी की सारी waves they go back this way in the opposite direction, and when they go in the opposite direction then they also leave behind the positively charged सोडियम एटम और सोडियम आयन एट द बैक साइड. तो क्या होता है, इधर के जितने भी सोडियम एटम्स होते हैं दे कंटेन आल्सो द पॉजिटिव चार्ज, एंड दिस साइड जो सोडियम एटम होते हैं दे आल्सो कंटेन द पॉजिटिव चार्ज. तो एक सी बन जाता है इलेक्ट्रॉन का, और जो इलेक्ट्रॉन का जो सी है दैट फ्लोट्स विद इन द क्रिस्टल. All the electrons they come on one side, then they come to the other side, then one side, then other side, और अपने पीछे दोनों साइड पर छोड़ते हैं पॉजिटिवली चार्ज सोडियम आयन, एंड दिस पॉजिटिवली चार्ज सोडियम आयन दे आर कॉल्ड कर्नल्स. अब पूरे के पूरे क्रिस्टल में एक फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन डेवलप होता है बिटवीन द पॉजिटिवली चार्ज सोडियम आयन यानी कि कर्नल्स और निगेटिव चार्ज्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन. इलेक्ट्रॉन निगेटिवली चार्ज होते हैं और जो सोडियम एटम होते हैं वो पॉजिटिवली चार्ज होते हैं, और उनके बीच में जो फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन डेवलप होता है दैट इज कॉल्ड मेटालिक बॉन्डिंग. तो मेटालिक बॉन्डिंग इज एक्चुअली द फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन विच इज फाउंड बिटवीन द पॉजिटिवली चार्ज्ड कर्नल्स एंड द निगेटिवली चार्ज्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन. और जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं दे बिहेव लाइक द सी वेव्स. सो दैट इज व्हाई this model which was given by the scientist that is called electron C model. So remember and keep in the mind, this model is called electron C model, and that is why it is written, you see this language, positive ions in a sea of delocalized electron. जो सोडियम आयंस होते हैं दे आर द पॉजिटिव आयंस, और जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं दे आर डीलोकलाइज. डीलोकलाइजेशन का मतलब होता है कीप मूविंग. और फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन इज कॉल्ड मेटालिक बॉन्डिंग. एग्जांपल्स आर आयरन, कॉपर, सिल्वर एंड मैग्नीशियम. दे आर हार्ड बट malleable and ductile. They are conductors in the solid state as well in the molten state, and इनका मेल्टिंग पॉइंट होता है दैट इज वेरी हाई. इसके बाद लास्ट हमारा आता है दैट इज कोवेलेंट और नेटवर्क सॉलिड. इसमें जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट एटम्स होते हैं दे आर कॉल्ड एटम्स, और जो बॉन्डिंग होती है दैट इज कॉल्ड कोवेलेंट बॉन्डिंग. एंड द एग्जांपल्स आर मेनली जो नेटवर्क सॉलिड होते हैं यू हैव स्टडीड ऑलरेडी इन द क्लास 10th, एंड दैट इज डायमंड एंड ग्रेफाइट. डायमंड और ग्रेफाइट में ऑल द कार्बन एटम्स दे आर लिंक्ड टू ईच अदर एंड दे फॉर्म द नेटवर्क सॉलिड. जैसे डायमंड में होता है ईच कार्बन एटम कनेक्ट्स विद द 4 नेबरिंग कार्बन एटम एंड फॉर्मिंग द overall structure of the diamond. In the same way the graphite, the each carbon atom connects with the 3 neighboring carbon atom and forming the flat hexagonal sheets. तो millions of carbon atoms they arrange themselves and they form the network solid. तो इसमें आपका एक हो गया आपका डायमंड हो गया, और फिर आपका ये कार्बन ग्रेफाइट हो गया. बिसाइड दैट वन द सिलिकॉन डाइऑक्साइड, सिलिकॉन कार्बाइड, लाइक दैट दे आर मेनली द इंसुलेटर्स एंड सम आर कंडक्टर्स इन द एक्सेप्शनल केस, एंड देयर मेल्टिंग पॉइंट इज आल्सो वेरी हाई. अब यहाँ पर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू, द होल पीरियोडिक टेबल. इफ वी सी सपोज दिस इज द पीरियोडिक टेबल, और डाउन साइड द 2 सीरीज आर गिवन. एक्चुअली दिस फ्रॉम here to here almost these elements they all are called metals, and this side some elements they are called non-metals, and in between that one some elements they are metalloid. So we have studied already when one atom of the metallic side combines with the one atom of the non-metallic side, always ionic bond is formed, and the constituent particles are mainly the ions. When non-metals combine with the non-metal only, this side to this side, so non-metal when combined with the non-metal, then always the covalent bond is formed, and the solids are called covalent solids. But when the metal and metal they combine to each other, then the bond which is formed that is called metallic bond, and that is described in the electron C model. तो metal with non-metal, ionic bond, non-metal with non-metal, that is covalent bond, and the compound which are formed, they are called covalent solids, and the metal and metal, they are called metallic crystals, and the force of attraction which is present between these atom that is called the metallic bond. Our next topic is crystal lattice and unit cell. This diagram which is shown here is the structure and geometry of a crystalline substance in which all the atoms are arranged themselves in a regular pattern. These circles which you are seeing here, these circles are representing the atoms in the solid crystal. These points where the atoms are located are called lattice point or lattice sites. A group of these lattice points or atoms make the smallest portion of the whole solid crystal, which repeats itself in all three directions and form the whole solid crystal. This overall geometry or structure of a solid crystal, this one, is called crystal lattice or Bravais lattice, and this smallest portion of this crystal lattice which repeats itself in all directions forming the whole crystal is called unit cell. A unit cell is characterized by 6 parameters, that is 3 axial angles alpha, beta and gamma, and 3 axial length A, B and C. Now one table is given here, and in this the different forms are given. जैसे for example cubic, तो cubic may be primitive, may be 1D centered, may be face centered, और इसमें A, B, C all 3 sides are equal, but alpha, beta, gamma that will be equal to 90, and these are the examples are given. Tetragonal में side A and B is equal but C is not equal, and alpha, beta, gamma is 90. ऐसे ऑर्थोरोम्बिक है, ऑर्थोरोम्बिक में all 3 sides will not be equal and alpha, beta, gamma 90. So like this table is given, the different types of unit cell, and all these different type of unit cell, they are differentiated sides as well as in the angles.
Crystal lattices and unit cells. Consider a crystal. We know that the main characteristic of crystalline solids is its regular and repeating pattern of constituent particles. Now, when we replace these particles with representative points, a crystal lattice is obtained. Crystal lattice is defined as the three-dimensional arrangement of constituent particles, represented diagrammatically such that each particle is depicted as a point. Such an arrangement is known as crystal lattice. There are 14 possible three-dimensional lattices known to us. These lattices are named after the French mathematician who first discovered it. Thus, they are known as Bravais lattices. In addition to simple lattices for other systems, it is observed that there are 14 different types of space lattices. These are known as 14 Bravais lattices. These lattices were given name after a French mathematician who first described them. Now we know what is a crystal lattice. Let us study some of its characteristics. Each point in a crystal lattice is called lattice point or lattice site. Each point in a crystal lattice represents one constituent particle, which may be an atom, a molecule, or an ion. Lattice's points are joined together by straight lines to bring out the geometry of a crystal lattice. Now, if we observe this crystal lattice, we can notice that there is a small group of lattice points that repeats itself again and again to form an entire crystal lattice. This small group of lattice points is known as unit cell. Thus, unit cell is the smallest portion of a crystal lattice. When repeated in different directions, generates the entire lattice. A unit cell is represented by three edges, A, B, and C, represented along X, Y, and Z axis of a three-dimensional entity. And these edges may or may not be mutually perpendicular to each other. When these edges join, they form certain angles. They are represented as alpha, beta, and gamma. The angle between edges B and C is alpha. The angle between A and C is beta. And the angle between A and B is gamma. Thus, a unit cell is characterized by 6 parameters: A, B, C, alpha, beta, and gamma.
Crystal lattice and unit cell. Three-dimensional cubic lattice. The three-dimensional arrangement of particles as points in space is called space lattice or crystal lattice. These are 14 different three-dimensional lattices are possible, which are called Bravais lattice. Bravais was a French mathematician. Unit cell parameters A, B, C are three edges, as alpha, beta, and gamma are the angles between them. Unit cell is the simple part of crystal lattice which repeats itself to generate a crystal. Unit cell. Types of unit cells. It is of two types: A, primitive, and B, centered. When the constituent particles are present only at the corners of the unit cell, then it is called primitive unit cell. When the constituent particles are present at other positions along with corners, then it is called centered unit cell. It's again of three types: 1, body centered; 2, face centered; 3, end centered. 1, body centered. If the constituent particle is present at the body centered along with corners, called body centered unit cell. 2, face centered. If the constituent particles are present at the 6 face centers along with corners, called face centered unit cell. 3, end centered. If the constituent particles are present at the centers of any two opposite faces along with corners, called end centered unit cell. 7 crystal systems. Crystal systems. These are 230 crystal forms possible. These are classified into 32 classes on the basis of symmetry, which are further divided into 7 crystal systems depending on the crystallographic parameters A, B, C, and alpha, beta, gamma.